So this video right here is when I got my first trach. This is right after I got it. I was absolutely miserable and terrified.
I just know that I'm tired. I'm tired sometimes, and sometimes I just feel like I'm gonna break down. But I know I've got kiddos at home. I know I've got a fiance that loves me. So I'm going to work my butt off and do whatever is physically possibly inside of me to get back to the life of somewhat normal. Because that's all I can do until I know exactly what is possible with whatever's going on that's causing this.
This was a few days after I had my trach, to maybe a week after. I was still in the hospital though, and I was still destroyed mentally, but I was trying to get some motivation and get that strength to be able to continue on. These were the pictures of the inside of my throat when they scoped it. You can see where I was having some issues with laryngospasms, vocal cords. So with the progression of the trach after I had it, I had the actual trach with the tube in my throat like this for about a year, and then I was able to go to a stoma stent. This is the stoma stent right here. Anytime I would have a laryngospasm, I would be able to just pull it out and stick my other trach in. Or I could pop open the front as well, but it wasn't a direct airflow in or out. So if I was having a spasm, I had to change out to my regular trach, which I got to the point where I could change my trach easily at home. If you have any questions and you have a tracheostomy or are about to get one, you can watch some of my videos on how I actually change it, because a lot of times people can get to the point, depending on what's going on medically and why you have it, you can get to the point where you can do it at home or with somebody's help. So this was the most exciting news, where I had just gone to the doctor and we talked about getting my trach removed.
Today is the day I have my trach removed. I'm excited, but also nervous and scared, but here it goes.
This was one of the best days of my life. I remember this day so well, going in there, and I got decannulated is what they call it, which is basically my trach removed.
I just wanted to give an update. I'm in the hospital. And if you follow my story, you know I used to have a trach. I did great for a couple years. Didn't have any laryngospasms for a year. And for quality of life, I had my trach removed last year. And it was the best feeling in the world. I almost started to feel halfway normal. Well, as you can see, A lot's changed in the last week. Sorry. I started having laryngospasms again, just like I did after my vaccine, along with other stuff. Sunday it got so bad I couldn't breathe. And I was life-flighted. My throat closed off. They tried everything they could to get it to relax and release. But nothing worked. And I had to face the inevitable. And we had to make the decision to put the trach back in to secure an airway. It's something I didn't want to do, but I had to do. Please pray this is misery, trying to adjust to a new trach. I know I did it before, but it took me a good year to get comfortable enough to even be able to deal with it. You can make things look a lot easier than they really are in reality. And this is hard, please. I need prayers for peace and comfort. I just had my trach put in 2 days ago and was going to kind of show you what exactly happens. When they put it in initially, they put one and secure it most of the time. And if you look at mine, you can see there is stitch and stitch. I think a lot of times they do this because the trach, you hear a lot of coughing, and obviously they don't want it to come out, because a fresh trach is easily closable, meaning like if it comes out in the first couple of days, it's going to close really quickly. So they do everything they can to try to prevent it from coming out. Obviously, you got the trach ties, and then you got that. Another thing, they put in a cuff trach. That's why I have these. You notice that there are two. One is for the actual cuff to inflate it. This, you can tell mine is not inflated. It is deflated because I'm talking. It allows air above it through the vocal cords. But there's also another thing on some of the trachs. This thing. And if your trach is cuffed, they can use that and hook it up to suction. And sometimes you get secretion that builds on top of the cuff. So it helps suck out that extra secretion. But they keep that in there. And then for my trach and my team, they'll change mine out and take the stitches out. on day 4. So I'll have that out and they'll put in. This is a Portex trach. The first one I had for 3 years was a Shally. They're doing a speaking valve test, so we'll see how that goes. It's a little hard, but so far so good.
Obviously I have a trach, so wanted to give a new update because the last video I did was before the trach and was talking about how I was not excited about the possibility of it. Well, it actually happened. So I wanted to give an update and I wanted to talk about kind of the background and what led to this, what happened. And then now I'm not only coming home with a trach, but also a ventilator. And I want to kind of give an explanation and update of what's going on now. But this past month has been hellacious and a major setback.